Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I have some pretty interesting news and information to share with you guys regarding what could possibly be the next updates coming to GTA Online. Now, although at the moment we are still a distance away from the release of whatever this next update is going to be, with at least 8 weeks or so of content left over from the Doomsday Heist update, so early March does seem to be the likely time we would receive the next update, if we're going to be receiving one at all, before the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, which of course is scheduled to be released at some point in spring. But if you guys have been following my channel over the past few weeks, you'll know already there have been a number of leaks, supposedly hinting towards the next update coming to GTA Online. And the majority of these have all been made by the same person, who appears to be a Rockstar employee. Now, if you guys have not been following the information over the past few weeks, basically this user on Twitter, who goes by the name LegitLeaksGTA, I know how it sounds, but bear with me for a second, this person over the last year has posted a number of tweets on his Twitter account leaking details and information about up-and-coming updates which aren't released for months. He leaked details about the Gunrunning update back in May, he also leaked details about Smuggler's Run in May as well, and then in August leaked details about the Doomsday Heist update. And this guy was correct with every single guess he made, so clearly this guy isn't just making some lucky guesses, he knows something. And he made these leaks, like I said, months before Rockstar made any announcements, and months before any other leaks were made. So it seems pretty clear this guy must be a Rockstar employee to know that level of detail. And last month in December, he returned to Twitter and began sharing more tweets revealing more information and hints. Now so far, by the looks of things, everything he has shared points towards a C-based update. And if you guys haven't watched the 2 previous videos I've made talking about all of this, I would definitely recommend going to watch those. There's some pretty interesting information that was shared in those. There will of course be links in the description to both of those. But since making those 2 videos, he's been pretty quiet on Twitter, possibly because of the Christmas break, but he returned on January 1st with a series of tweets basically explaining he was going to make one final set of clues, and then we wouldn't hear from him for a number of months. So I guess we'll have to wait and see about that one, but this here is the final tweet he made revealing the final set of clues. And as you can see, it reads, final clues, then a number of hashtags which don't make any sense or make any words, then some form of face, extra bonus, in brackets unrelated to the pictures, hashtag B-split, cleaning Milgram, hashtag Kofifi. And as you can see, this tweet included 4 images, one photo of what appears to be an 80s phone box, a guitar tuner, a photo of the Loch Ness Monster, and then what appears to be some form of Italian appetizer, but he followed up with a second tweet and said the final image of the appetizer was a mistake and he was supposed to include this photo right here, which appears to be some Girl Scout cookies. Anyway, but there we go, so those are all the clues then. And I'm sure straight away if you guys are seeing this for the first time, just like myself on January 1st, you'll be pretty clueless. You might be able to guess 1 or 2 of the things like I did, and we'll be going through those right now. But let's start off with the photos. And the first one we have is an image of a 1980s phone booth. Now of course in game there are 1 or 2 of these located around the map, but they aren't functional and we can't use them in game. And I very much doubt this is a reference to a phone booth DLC. But who knows, maybe in this update, these phone booths will have some form of use or purpose. Maybe they'll be used to get orders or instructions, or something along those lines. I did see 1 or 2 comments from people maybe thinking these were a reference to contact missions, or something along those lines. Personally, I'm not too sure, but one good theory I did receive from one of my followers, the Joker 2.0, he said this: the 1980s phone booth might be referencing Matthew Broderick in Wargames, the supercomputer. Now, Wargames was a movie released in 1983 and had the following plot. High school student David Lightman, played by Matthew Broderick, unwittingly hacks into a military supercomputer while searching for new video games. After starting a game of global thermonuclear war, Lightman leads the supercomputer to activate the nation's nuclear arsenal in response to his simulated threats as the Soviet Union. Once the clueless hacker comes to his senses, Lightman, with the help of his girlfriend, Ali, must find a way to alert the authorities to stop the onset of World War III. Now, I don't know about you guys, but after the release of the Doomsday Heist update, this storyline does seem pretty plausible for GTA Online. And with previous leaks and hints pointing towards a sea-based update, I could definitely see this as a possibility. Anyway, moving on though to the second image, and this one is of a guitar tuner. And straight away, I'm sure you guys, when you saw this, thought about a tuner-based update, and that's exactly what I presumed. And we will be talking about a little later on, as some of the other clues in this tweet also point towards a possible tuners-based update. But if these images are related, I'm not really too sure how they fit together, especially with the third image of the Loch Ness Monster. Now, if the first image, like I said, is a reference to a sea-based update and some of the business activities possibly involved in that one, then maybe this third image involves us having to search for some form of sea monster. But I'm not really too sure how a tuner's theme fits into that, so I'm presuming these aren't related. As for the final image though of the Girl Scout cookies, as for this one I'm completely clueless, my only sort of theory being that maybe this is a reference to some form of delivery system, but again, I'm not really too sure. Anyway, but returning back to the original tweets. Now in this we have a load of hashtags, many of which, like I said earlier on, don't make any sense or spell any words. And that's because the first few hashtags before extra bonus are anagrams. If you jumble the letters around, they do spell words. So the first one, 2EI. I'm sure you guys straight away have already worked this one out. It stands for IE2. Import Export Part 2. So yes, by the looks of things, this update, or at least one of the updates being referenced in these clues, is Import Export Part 2, which honestly does not surprise me. The Import and Export update was massively successful back in December of 2016, and there have been many requests for a Part 2 to the update. Moving on though to the second hashtag, hashtag AEDKOORT, which is an anagram for Dakotara, which is basically a Japanese thing. It's like an abbreviation for decoration truck, and the best thing I can do is just show you guys an example of it. This right here is a Dakotara truck. So basically, it's a Japanese truck covered in loads of customizations, lights and stuff like that. Then as for the next hashtag, this is AHO, which spells Heyo, the name of a Japanese character who we see very briefly in the GTA 5 story mode. I believe he features in one of the very early missions where you, playing as Franklin, have to race against him and his friends to complete the mission. So Heyo might be our point of contact in this update. Moving on though to the next hashtag, this is hashtag AAKUYZ, which is an anagram for the Yakuza, which in case you guys didn't know already, is a Japanese gang. But it could also be the name of a new car, because in GTA 3 there was a vehicle named the Yakuza Stinger, which looks like this. And although this is a possibility, so far most of these hashtags have been Japanese related, with Heyo being a Japanese character, Decatora being a Japanese truck, and Import and Export could easily have a Japanese theme to it, with imported Japanese cars being very popular in most countries. And then to finish things off, the final hashtag, AAAKNT, is another anagram for katana, a Japanese sword. This also being a weapon which the community has requested many times in the past. Anyway, but there we go then guys, that is the first set of clues then. So by the looks of things, this next update is going to be an Import Export Part 2. But do bear in mind, it may not be named this, just have a very similar theme, and it might also incorporate a tuner's theme into it as well, hence the other clue of the guitar tuner. Either way, Heyo from story mode is going to be involved in some way, shape or form, most likely our point of contact, but then again, the Yakuza are supposedly involved in this update as well, and the Yakuza are most likely going to be the opposing Japanese gang. But if all of this is correct, the katana could be one of the new weapons added with this update. But moving on to the final few clues. Now Legit Leaks GTA said that these are extra bonuses and unrelated to the pictures. I'm guessing these final three hashtags are also unrelated to the previous ones. These hashtags reading Beast Split, Cleaning Milgram, and hashtag Kofifi. Now to be honest guys, as for the first two, I have no idea exactly what these mean or are referencing, but as for the last one, Kofifi, this being something which Donald Trump tweeted out last year, it was a spelling mistake in one of his tweets posted on May 30th, and was supposed to say conference, but instead, he spelled it wrong and spelled it Kofifi and then posted this tweet and left it on Twitter as well, which just became a huge meme on the internet. But how this is relevant or at all significant to any of these other clues, I'm not really too sure. Apart from maybe the day this was posted on Twitter, May 30th, maybe being the release date of something. But apart from that, my guess is just as good as yours. Now, it's very unlikely that May 30th is the release date of this update, because like I said, we have enough content left in the game to last us around about 8 weeks or so, so the next update, if there is going to be one before the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, will be in early March. But then again, maybe this is the release date of Red Dead Redemption 2 itself. Rockstar still hasn't officially announced the release date of Red Dead Redemption 2, all we know is it's going to be released in spring at some point, and May 30th would still be in spring. But then again, May 30th this year is a Wednesday, and as I'm sure you guys know, pretty much all updates and new games that Rockstar have released are released on a Tuesday. So unfortunately, that's one of the clues I haven't been able to figure out just yet, and from what I've seen, no one else has been able to work out either, but who knows, maybe one of you guys looking at this right now might be able to figure it out, and if you do, of course go ahead and leave a comment on this video, or of course you can tweet me your ideas or guesses over on Twitter. There's a link to my Twitter account in the video description. And of course there are still 1 or 2 other clues in this tweet which still haven't really been worked out. If all of this is related to the same update, I'm not really too sure how the phone booth, how the Loch Ness Monster, and Girl Scout cookies are all related to the same theme. So again, if you guys have any ideas, of course let me know by leaving a comment or tweet me. But with that being said guys, I of course want to get your thoughts and feelings on all of this, so go ahead and leave a comment as well. If you guys could drop a like, it would be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.